Lauri Markkanen has continued his breakout campaign as he continues to get better and better as the 2023 season goes on. At this point, he's a lock in the All-Star game with his all-time great efficiency and elite shot blocking. With increased opportunities and an offense that brings out the best in him, Markkanen is set to be a staple in Utah for a long time. Let's go over what Markkanen is doing to sustain his star level play and the terrifying thing it tells us about the Utah Jazz. First, let's go over Markkanen's stellar stats as he's played even better since I covered the Jazz earlier on in the NBA season. So for the year so far, he's averaging 22.4 points on 52.7% from the field, 41.5% from 3, 84.1% from the free throw line, 8.5 rebounds, 2.2 assists to go along with 0.6 steals and 0.7 blocks, as well as a plus minus of 4, which is the highest of his career. Markkanen has pretty much been stellar, and he was kind of what Porzingis was supposed to be throughout Porzingis' first 4 years of his career. But when you look at both Markkanen and Porzingis this season, they're both playing equally as well and pretty much have similar stats. But Markkanen's efficiency is what really has caught my eye this season. I mean, 52% from the field, on top of shooting 41% from 3, and he's making nearly 3 threes a game. That is ridiculous efficiency. That puts him in like the top tier of 3-point shooters in the league, and especially at this volume and this percentage, it's just crazy. And especially for a big man of his size, we haven't really seen a big man shoot that efficiently from 3 probably ever, to be honest with you, and that's why I say it's historic, because on top of that, he's been really good on the defensive end. So let's get to one of his recent games. So against the Pelicans, the Jazz got 2 straight wins against them at home, which was huge, and in that second game, he put up 31 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists on 8 of 15 from the field, 5 of 9 from 3, and 10 of 10 from the free throw line. Like I said, this has got to be historic efficiency for a big man, especially because of how well he's shooting from 3, and specifically how many threes he's shooting. It's insane. But now having said that, there's a few points I want to go over with Markkanen, and then go over what this means for the Utah Jazz. First off, I think the thing that's allowed him to take this big of a leap this year has not only been the opportunity, but it's been his efficient shot taking and shot making. He's just taking really efficient shots. He's pretty much only taking threes and then layups and also dunks, obviously, because he's a 7-footer and he can dunk the ball pretty easily and has had some nice dunks this year. On top of that, though, he has improved his defense a lot. He moves his feet really well, and I think playing the small ball 3 kind of last year in Cleveland really helped him out. He can pretty much guard 1 through 5 because of that, and as well, he has good timing on blocking shots. He also has timely blocks too. His defense has been really good in late game situations. I think that's been a big reason the Jazz have been successful. When you have a 7-footer that can pretty much play the 3 through 5 and then guard 1 through 5 because he moves his feet and can block shots, that's a huge asset to have on your team. And if you have a guy like that who's also shooting 40% from 3 and averaging over 20 points per game, you're going to be a really, really good team. And when Markkanen started having this breakout, and I believe kind of through the first 10 to 15 games of the season, he was shooting around 50% from the field, and his 3-point percentage was only around 25 to 30%. I kind of thought he'd stay at that, but no, he has completely elevated his play, and he continues to prove everyone wrong. Like I said, the efficiency and the numbers have got to be historic, because I've never seen a big man shoot as efficiently and shoot at the volume that he's shooting at, specifically with his 3-point shooting. So who knows if Markkanen will keep this up? I honestly really think he will. He's got the opportunity, and if he stays healthy, he's going to be okay. And he missed a few games here and there, and the Jazz did struggle because of that. But you can clearly see when he's on the floor, the Jazz are just a much better team. So here's mainly what I wanted to get to in the video, and this is what it really tells us about the Utah Jazz. The terrifying thing is they won't be tanking anytime soon. We all thought they were going to be in the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes, and that has been far from the case. They've really proved that they are here to stay as a contender in the West. And honestly, with Markkanen and Vanderbilt and Olynyk, that whole front court, that's a matchup nightmare for most opposing teams. Nobody wants to play the Jazz on any given night, especially at their home court. And to be honest, this is really because they're one of the most well-run organizations in the NBA. Like I said, everybody thought they were going to tank. Everybody thought they were going to be at the bottom of the West. Nobody thought, the collection of guys they had were going to do anything. And they just continue to prove that narrative wrong. And the Jazz really never want to tank, and I think that's going under the radar. You know, Utah's never talked about as, you know, a really good organization, really. They just kind of fly under the radar. They're very just kind of low-key about a lot of different things. But when you look at the history of the teams they've had, they pretty much never, ever tank. Now, they did have a few losing seasons from around 2011 to 2014 with Gordon Hayward when they were kind of trying to rebuild there. But, you know, they don't tank. They're an organization that is well run. They know how to win. They know how to get guys that win. And that's the terrifying part. Everybody thought, oh, yeah, we can just, you know, write off the Jazz and that's one less contender in the West. We're fine. Well, no. Now that the Jazz are good, that adds even more competition, especially for teams like, you know, the Lakers and the Warriors and the Mavericks who've underperformed a little bit and they want to get a spot. But unfortunately for them, right, the Jazz are taking up one of those spots, and I don't think that's going to change. Also, as I mentioned, right, the Jazz already have one of the best home court advantages in the NBA. They have one of the loudest arenas. Their fans are just loud. They bring it every single night. That seems like it's the toughest place to play in the NBA at this point, and that's only going to get tougher to play in as this Utah Jazz team continues to gel. Because we got to keep in mind, this is a very, very new group. These guys just got together like this summer. Obviously, you have a few guys that were there prior as far as, you know, Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson, but this team is relatively new, and the fact they're already playing this well, and, you know, they've already carved out two leading scorers and main offensive options in Clarkson and Markkanen, right? Once you have those two guys set and the rest of the team gels and the defense looking a lot better, Jared Vanderbilt has been excellent for them on defense. You know, they could really be a good contender in the West. And, you know, I said this at the beginning of the season with the Utah Jazz when they got off to their hot start. And like I said, I know they've struggled as of late, and that was probably because of injuries. Mike Conley was out, Markkanen was out, they had different guys out. Also, Colin Sexton has been out. He's been a big part of their team. So now they're getting everybody back again. We're starting to see them win and do the things they did right at the beginning of the season. And I think because of that, like I said, that's the terrifying part. This Utah Jazz team isn't going anywhere. As long as they continue to get healthier and continue to get these good wins against teams like the Pelicans, they will be fine, and they're going to be a terrifying force to deal with for a long time, because also their team is really young. Markkanen's only 25, Colin Sexton is in his early 20s, obviously Clarkson is 30, Mike Conley's 35, but they still got a lot of other younger pieces on that roster. So that's what I want to get to with Lauri Markkanen's breakout. Basically just wanted to cover how he's doing now and really how good he's looked lately, and then also, like I said, just want to go over with the Utah Jazz, what they've been doing, what it says about them. So Utah Jazz, they're a force in the West, they're a force to be reckoned with. We really can't take them lightly anymore, and no team should take them lightly. So, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Utah Jazz this season. Will they keep this up? How deep will they go in the playoffs? And what seed could they get? So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.